Hey guys, so today I'm going to answer a subscriber question, and the question in question is, Frederick, what is heap memory? So let's get into it. Now, heap memory is, memory in general might be a little bit tricky for some of you. You may have heard of these two terms, which is called the stack or stack memory and the heap. And basically I need to touch on both for it to make any type of sense. So when your computer is running, it has a certain amount of memory that it can access. And that memory is the thing that it's using in order to perform different operations. Now, the reason why we make a distinction of the two is because one is owned by the program that you are running. That's the thing that we call the stack. So the stack is a piece, you can think of it as a piece of memory. Like, I'm just trying to kind of broad stroke it here and make it as simple as possible, but in essence what it is a allocated piece of memory that your program has access to in order to allocate resources or allocate memory. Because every time you say you set a variable to a value, or you create an object or an array or something like that, you're allocating memory. You're asking for memory from the computer, basically. And that needs to go somewhere. But the problem is that, you can't just store that anywhere, because you have multiple programs running, on your computer at any given time. It's very unlikely that you have only one program. So in order for them to not kind of use their own, like other program's memory, they have to have this reserved piece of memory so that they can trust that, hey, as long as I'm moving within these memory addresses, it's fine. Like, I don't have to worry, because that is my memory. But what is then the heap? Well, the heap is, or rather you can think of the heap as the shared memory resources of the computer. It's the memory that is remaining. It's the stuff that, basically gets allocated when a program starts. So when the program boots up, it's going to make a request for memory. And that is going to be taken from that shared memory, if you will. And that's where the heap comes in. So it basically just represents everything that is not the stack. That's the simplest way to think about it. And if you wanted to try this kind of out, because it starts out with the stack basically growing, as because you're going to require more and more resources in certain programs. And the stack has also this concept of letting go of memory, because remember, the stack is the place where you are asking to reserve memory for your program. The heap is just that big pile of memory that you can give to other programs. So you can actually ask for more. But it's also vital that you release memory. Now, what does that mean? Well, basically it means that your program needs to give back some of the memory, because if it doesn't, the heap will just shrink. You can imagine if a program just endlessly asks for more memory and allocates more memory and reserves it on the stack, and the stack never lets go of that memory, sooner or later there's not going to be any memory left. And that is a very common source of bugs. It's what we call a memory leak. And that's all a memory leak really is, or if you get down to it. It's just a program that keeps on asking for memory slowly over time, or very quickly, it doesn't really matter. But it's asking for memory and taking that from the heap and reserving it for itself and never giving it back. It never says that, hey, I'm done with this memory. You can put it back now into the pool of memory so other programs can use it. So what I want you to take away from this is that heap memory is simply the combined resources of memory that you have that is not on the stack. In other words, it's unreserved memory that your program can ask for if it needs more memory for when it's doing whatever it's doing. And if you want to try out playing around with it a little bit, you can create a recursive function. In other words, a function that calls itself, and that just keeps on allocating something. You can just create some objects or something like that, because what's going to happen then is that program will never end. It will just continuously ask for more memory until it crashes, until there is no more memory to give away to that process. And that basically is, there are many terms for it, but the popular one is the stack overflow exception, or something of that nature. It's basically going to give you an out-of-memory error. So you can play around with memory a little bit. I mean, it's okay. It won't crash your computer, but it's going to have to kill the process. So hopefully you found this useful. Have a great day.